So I want to talk about this phrase that you hear a lot these days, which is data-driven. Now, of course, lots of businesses are trying to become data-driven, and why wouldn't they be? No organisation wants to be driven off things like opinions and hearsay. Every organisation wants to be driven by hard facts and, of course, data. But there's another term as well as data-driven that is important, and that term is data-busy. So what's data-busy? Well, as I'm sure you've guessed, data-busy is a situation where an organisation is putting a lot of effort and a lot of energy into doing good things with its data, but actually very few, if any, of those things are taking the organisation forwards and helping the business to achieve its goals. So a bit like a beetle on its back, lots and lots of energy, not much forward progress. Now, organisations that are aiming to become data-driven can sometimes unfortunately end up being data-busy. And that, of course, is something that every organisation wants to avoid. So to try and understand whether an organisation is more data busy rather than data driven, there's some hallmarks that we can look for that tell us whether or not an organisation is actually being successful at becoming data driven. So let's just have a look at 5 of those hallmarks now, see how many of these you recognise. So the first hallmark of a truly data-driven business is, as you might imagine, in the leadership. So there needs to be someone in a leadership role in your business whose primary responsibility is data and helping the organisation to achieve its goals through data-driven means. And it is important that this is their primary role. It's very easy to make data a kind of afterthought or secondary role for somebody in a leadership position, and maybe that's appropriate in the early days. Maybe it's just simply not possible to have a truly data-focused data leader, but certainly ultimately data needs to be championed by someone who isn't going to be distracted by other responsibilities, other accountabilities in the business. So that's the first hallmark. Is there somebody in your business whose primary responsibility is making the organisation data-driven, taking the organisation forwards through data-driven means? So the second hallmark of a truly data-driven organisation is that opinions are supported by numbers, fundamentally. So in your business, how many of the decisions that are taken and how many of the actions that are performed are actually backed up with hard evidence based on really high quality data? And how accustomed are the people in your business to behaviours that ensure that opinions are backed up with data? So that's hallmark number 2. Opinions are backed up with numbers. Okay, so the third hallmark of a truly data-driven business is that data quality is a part of every project and every change that the organisation might make. All too often we hear about situations where data and, to a degree, reporting have really been an afterthought in a project. How common is that? So this is the third hallmark of a data-driven organisation. Really a sense that data isn't just something that comes along for the ride in projects. Data very often can be, or should be, must be, a driving force in the project and therefore needs to be thought about right from the very beginning. So that's number 3. Data quality and data itself really features very prominently as a part of every project and every change that the organisation undertakes. So data-driven hallmark number 4, and just like the others, this one's very fundamental. It's very simply that everybody in your organisation can access all of the data that they need. Now, when we think about data access, of course we think about data infrastructure, data integration, data security. So this is about that, but it's also about things like data literacy as well. When you think about it, for people to get access to the data that they need, they don't just need access, they also need to know and understand what data they need. So this is about data literacy. It's about people understanding what data to use versus what data not to use in different situations, and being able to take that awareness into their behaviours with the data and into situations where they're using data. So this is data-driven organisation hallmark number 4. Everybody can access all of the data that they need. So the 5th item in our list of hallmarks of a data-driven organisation is, quite simply, a data standard. Does a data standard exist in your organisation? Now, when you really think about it, a data standard is essential for achieving data quality because it represents the target for data quality. And if a target doesn't exist, or at least can't be seen, it's naturally very, very hard to hit that target. I often describe a data standard as being the North Star for data in an organisation, because it really guides the direction and guides the behaviours of everybody who has an accountability and a responsibility, which is almost everybody in the business, guides those behaviours towards achieving and maintaining that required level of data quality. So that's hallmark number 5. A data standard exists in the organisation. So there, what did you think? How much do you recognise your own business in those 5 hallmarks of a truly data-driven business? There are, of course, more than just 5 hallmarks. I'm sure we'll do a video soon about other hallmarks of a truly data-driven organisation. But for now, I hope that's given you some idea of what it means to be data-driven and can give you a sense of what you need to do and the kind of capabilities you need to grow in your business to avoid just ending up being data busy. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you need any help to become data-driven or to help to make your organisation data-driven, I can highly recommend getting in touch with the sponsors of this video. And that's a company called Acrotrend, and they're at www.acrotrend.com. And these are the guys and girls who really understand what it means to be data-driven and how to achieve that. So give those guys a call. Also, if you've liked this video and you want more information on how to achieve true business intelligence and to become data-driven, go and have a look at the website. It's trulyintelligent.business. So please subscribe, doing more of these videos very soon, and I'll look forward to seeing you then.